Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of our Infinity Flux channel. This is Infinity Flux Presents What is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #0. This kind of came out of nowhere. Some stores started to get this polybagged edition about a week ago. People didn't really know what it was. A lot of stores sold it before they even opened it up and checked it out. Then it became available within a week of us being able to order it. But I think there were some allocations, so not every store got a ton of them. And I've heard just that, some local stores really only got a couple. So this is really interesting. So you read it.
Yeah, I read it, and it's good. But if you've been reading Jed MacKay's run of Moon Knight, it doesn't really give you a whole lot more information. It's basically it's Khonshu narrating, and we know where he's at as of the events of Blood Hunt #4. And Khonshu is, like I said, just kind of narrating, talking about the different members of the Midnight Mission, and he refers to them as Moon Knight's disciples. And each page is just a full page talking about Reese and Soldier and 8-Ball, Hunter's Moon.
His opinions of 8-Ball are really funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I don't really know about this guy.
Right. So this is meant to be a preview of the new Moon Knight Fist of the Khonshu series that starts in October. That's following on the heels of the Moon Knight Fist of Vengeance, or Vengeance of the Moon Knight is what it was. Which that followed on the heels of Jed MacKay's run on Moon Knight. So, but now that we know in Blood Hunt #4, Mark Spector is back as Moon Knight. That was kind of a big surprise in Blood Hunt. And that's going to lead into this new series starting in October, but this is sort of a preview. But it doesn't really tell us anything about what the story is going to be, which I thought it might. It's more just a refresher of who the characters will be in that book, who the main players are.
But we do want to mention at the end, there's a very odd thing that happens.
Yeah, there's a like a little backup story at the end with Khonshu talking to I guess he's another god, Sidorak. So if you know Doctor Strange, the Crimson Bands of Sidorak. And I don't really, they're setting up a little something there. Khonshu seems like he's going to come after Sidorak for some reason that we don't know yet. But then at the last page, and we're not trying to spoil anything, we're just letting you know that the last page is Spider-Man and Spider-Boy. And then that leads us into a one-page advertisement of, I guess, what's happening next with Spider-Man, called The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. And it's announced that Joe Kelly is going to be the new writer, and with Ed McGuinness on art. I think it's going to be an 8-part story arc within the pages of Amazing Spider-Man.
That's what I was wondering. It doesn't say anywhere that it's Amazing Spider-Man, but we've heard rumors and stuff that Zeb Wells, and they've even in the solicitation have kind of said that his storyline is coming to a close. So I don't know if maybe is Joe Kelly going to be the ongoing writer or just for this story arc, but it looks like we kind of get a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, what's next after the Zeb Wells run of Amazing Spider-Man. Not necessarily the series, but at least his run of Amazing Spider-Man is finished. We're going to get this 8 Deaths of Spider-Man story. Whether it's its own 8-issue standalone thing, whether it's an 8-part storyline in the Amazing Spider-Man book, we don't know 100% for sure. But yeah, just some weird stuff coming for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a very weird conversation that Peter's having with Bailey in this about kind of what he feels about magic.
And how science explains everything, even magic. And
it's really weird, and I wonder, does that have anything to do with that upcoming story? Because it's a little bit of a spin out of what's been going on in Blood Hunt, because it goes immediately from Khonshu to Spider-Man, which is very odd, but I'm here. I'm excited to see what's coming.
I mean, it definitely piqued my interest. The minute I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm in. What is this? So, I mean, I'm on board for more Moon Knight from Jed MacKay, because it's been great. And I love the cast of characters that he's built up in that book. And then, this run of Amazing Spider-Man has had its ups and downs. But I have no idea what this 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is, but I know that I want to find out. And so I definitely want to read more. So just a little bit of a strange book, but we just wanted to let you know what's in stores today, why maybe you didn't see it when you were doing your pre-orders, because it wasn't really mixed in with all of the other books up for pre-order within the last few weeks. It just kind of showed up out of nowhere, and if you see it at your shop and are like, what is this? I didn't know there was a new Moon Knight book out. That's what this is.
Yeah, and I really like this. I really like this surprise book. I know some retailers really don't because it kind of catches them off guard.
Yeah.
But if you're up on stuff, we did have a chance to order this. We ordered quite a bit. We ordered enough to cover our Moon Knight subscribers and some extra. And I'm all for this. If they want to throw more surprises our way, it kind of feels a little bit about what Robert Kirkman does sometimes.
Those are always fun.
Where he'll have little surprise issues or announce a new series all of a sudden. I think that's really cool, and I am all for this. But I think us, overall saying, it's not necessary that you have to read this.
Right.
But it is a fun little addition.
Yeah, if you're trying to, if you want a complete run of Jed MacKay's Moon Knight, definitely grab this because it fits right in. It's part of it. But like we said, no new major story elements. Just mostly just a recap of who the characters are. And then that weird little backup story in the end that maybe leads into Spider-Man. I don't really know.
I almost say that's the biggest part of this issue is the Spider-Man bit. So we'll have to see, and we'll be talking more about it as it gets closer to time for all of that stuff. But we just want to make this quick video to show you, since we didn't talk about it on our Monday show.
That's right.
All this stuff, we didn't miss out on it. We just got it in, and we want to make sure that you got the inside scoop of what is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
see ya.